Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are going to completely shatter a very old, very stubborn myth. You know the one, the idea that your intelligence is just completely fixed at birth. For decades, people thought the genetic hand you were dealt was the only one you could play. Well, no way. Today, we're diving into the hard science that proves otherwise. We're going to unpack a scientifically backed cognitive toolkit that you can use to literally rewire your brain, boost your intelligence, and protect your mind against aging. Let's get right into it. So, here's our roadmap for the explainer today. We'll start with the neuroplasticity revolution, move into targeted brain training, explore how arts and languages act as cognitive armor, look at the body-mind connection through exercise, see how mindfulness sculpts the brain, and finally, build your actionable daily routine.
Section 1. The Neuroplasticity Revolution, Shattering the Fixed IQ Myth.
So, is your intelligence actually set in stone? If you've ever struggled with a really complex problem and felt like, wow, I've just hit my mental limit, you've probably asked yourself this exact question. Well, it turns out the scientific consensus has shifted dramatically on this.
To understand exactly how we change our brains, we really need to grasp two key concepts. First up is fluid intelligence. Now, this isn't about how many trivia facts you've memorized. It's your raw ability to think logically and solve problems in completely brand new situations. The second concept is neuroplasticity. This is the brain's absolute superpower, its ability to physically reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout your entire life. Science actually shows that while genes definitely play a part, your targeted experiences can drastically shape both your fluid intelligence and your brain's actual physical structure.
Section 2. Targeted Cognitive Brain Training, the Direct Approach.
Just like you train for a marathon, we can actually train our brains directly. This breakdown illustrates the core areas of cognitive training. We've got memory, which is holding and manipulating info, like with Sudoku or a dual N-back task. Then there's processing speed, how fast you react and process visuals, which you can train with speed games. And finally, logical reasoning, solving novel problems using puzzles and math riddles. Research proves that consistently hitting these specific areas can directly boost that fluid intelligence we just talked about.
And if you want hard proof, just look at the Jajegi story. Check out that clear upward trajectory in cognitive performance over just 20 training sessions. Participants who trained on an adaptive dual N-back task, which, by the way, is a super demanding working memory exercise where you have to track visual and auditory information at the exact same time, saw a steady, undeniable improvement. The big takeaway here? Targeted, consistent challenge creates actual, measurable cognitive growth.
We also see this incredible adaptability in young kids. A fascinating study from the Klingberg lab, focusing on 4-year-olds, showed that even at that very early developmental age, doing targeted nonverbal reasoning exercises led to significant standardized gains in problem-solving skills. So what does this tell us? Neuroplasticity is a lifelong asset, literally present from our earliest years.
Section 3. The Bilingual and Musical Brain, Arts as Cognitive Armor.
You know, brain health isn't just about logic puzzles. It's also about the rich, complex skills we pick up in life. When scientists studied populations in the highly multilingual Basque region of Spain, the contrast in neurological aging was pretty staggering. A monolingual brain experiences a standard, normal rate of connectivity deterioration as it ages. But a bilingual or multilingual brain, it shows significantly slower cognitive decline, way greater overall resilience, and maintains neurologically younger connectivity levels.
Which brings us to this absolutely astonishing number, 13 years. Individuals in that same study who speak 4 languages actually have brains that appear about 13 years younger neurologically than those who speak only 1. Even speaking just 2 languages made their brains look around 6 years younger. Learning a language is quite literally a fountain of youth for your neural networks. Now, if languages aren't really your thing, picking up a musical instrument gives you very similar structural brain benefits. Research shows that just 75 minutes of music lessons a week for 12 weeks significantly boosts IQ scores in preschool-aged children. And for adults, putting in the time to practice music is directly linked to heightened executive functioning. It's a fantastic brain workout. Section 4. Aerobic Exercise and Cognition, the Body-Mind Connection. Okay, so your brain's health isn't just happening from the neck up. It is deeply, deeply tied to your physical body. Aerobic exercise provides this impressive array of biological benefits for your mind.
Whenever you get your heart rate up, you're promoting the growth of entirely new nerve cells. You're lowering high blood pressure, which pushes healthy blood flow right up into the brain. You're increasing the brain's ability to form new connections as you learn, and you're boosting the release of vital neurotransmitters. Exercise is basically Miracle-Gro for your neural pathways. To put that into perspective, moderate aerobic exercise just 3 days a week has been shown to actually boost the physical size of your hippocampus, that's the brain's center for memory and learning, by 2%. That physical growth can literally reverse 1 to 2 years of age-related cognitive decline. Plus, active seniors can actually cut their dementia risk in half compared to those who are completely sedentary. That is huge.
Section 5. Mindfulness and brain structure. Sculpting with stillness. Now, our cognitive toolkit wouldn't be complete without tackling stress, which is honestly the absolute enemy of intelligence. Listen to this insight from Dr. Sarah Lauser, a researcher at Harvard. She notes that while meditation is associated with peacefulness, practitioners have long claimed it also provides cognitive and psychological benefits that persist throughout the entire day. It's not just a momentary escape or temporary relaxation. Her research proves that the practice is fundamentally altering the physical structure of your brain.
Get this. By practicing mindfulness exercises for an average of just 27 minutes a day over an 8-week program, participants measurably increased the gray matter density in their hippocampus. And not only that, they saw structural changes in areas of the brain associated with self-awareness, compassion, and crucially, stress regulation. You are quite literally building a physical buffer against the toxic effects of chronic stress.
Section 6. Building your brain routine, the action plan.
All right, we've looked at a ton of hard science across multiple disciplines today. Now let's synthesize all these findings into a cohesive, actionable lifestyle routine, because knowledge is only power if you actually apply it. Here is your science-backed daily action plan. Morning. Kickstart that neuroplasticity with 15 minutes of cognitive training, like a dual end-back task or logic puzzles. During the day, get your heart pumping with 30 minutes of aerobic activity to bathe your brain in blood flow and growth factors. And in the evening, spend 30 minutes engaging in reading, learning a new language, or playing an instrument. Keep in mind, it takes about 21 days to build a solid habit, so commit to this structured daily sequence for 3 weeks to really optimize your intellectual potential.
The science is totally clear. Your brain is a highly adaptable, dynamic organ that thrives on challenge and novelty no matter your age. So, the only question left to wrap up our explainer is this. What will you do right now to stretch your mind? Will it be a brisk walk, a tough logic puzzle, or maybe learning a few phrases in a new language? The choice is entirely yours, and your brain is waiting. Thanks so much for joining me on this deep dive into the Cognitive Toolkit.